Has she ever brought someone back to your apartment to fuck? No, what the fuck? I might end up siding with the cop here. Oh boy. I don't know if I was flagged or what, but it was really fucking scary. Holy shit. I almost fucking lost my mind. Have you considered stockpiling a strategic arsenal of anti-cuck insults when people talk about Melina? The one you hit slick with is really good. I don't even remember what I said. That's a really hard one. Most people could never fathom doing like open relationships or whatever. I don't think there's like a quick way that you can like win an argument like that.
Dan owes me an apology for calling me a commie.
It's pretty easy to like throw out that cuck line, and I don't know if there's like a good counter. Do you think you're superior for doing open relationships? No, what the fuck? I mean, anybody can do what kind of relationship they want. You could probably throw back something like my girlfriend lets me fuck your mom type of meme. How do you not get jealous though? Because I don't give a fuck. Why would I get jealous? Fuck it. I figure if somebody's with me, I mean, it's because they want to be with me. If somebody wants to fuck off and go be with another dude, then they can be with another dude. But if somebody wants to fuck somebody else, I don't give a fuck. I want to fuck other people too. So it's all good for me, baby. Has she ever brought someone back to your apartment to fuck? No, what the fuck? We wouldn't bring people back to like what? I mean, unless we're doing like a threesome or some shit, but we're not gonna fucking like go upstairs. No, what the fuck? That's weird as fuck. Usually the way that it works out is usually like we try to tell each other in advance if we have plans with somebody else, and then we so like we both have plans to go out that night with somebody else generally. But STDs, you fucking get tested. What the fuck? Do you see others more than her or vice versa? We typically try to make it so that like if one of us leaves, the other leaves. Like I don't think we've done it yet where like one person leaves and then the other person is just like at home generally. Why would it matter? I don't know. I think it'd probably feel kind of shitty to get like left home alone if your like significant other is going out and like sleeping over at somebody else's place. It usually just works out better for both of us to do it, I think. Do you guys go to swinger parties? No, I've heard like iffy things about like fucking around at like swinger parties. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that or if I'd want to do that. I'm not sure. Don't you think there could be a problem with power dynamics in open relationships if one person can get someone else to fuck way easier than the other? I mean, like I've heard people say that before. Wow, thanks, Raj. Fuck, I wanted to go downstairs and get Chipotle. I'm so hungry. Fuck me. But like, I mean, like, if two people agree to do an open relationship and one person, usually the girl, if she can get more people to fuck than the guy can, as long as the guy's cool with it, it's whatever. I don't really care. Obviously, for our relationship, both of us have access to a lot of people, so that's not really, we don't have to worry about like that kind of like one-sided thing. Do you not get worried about STDs? Do you agree to use protection shit? I mean, we try to get tested after like partners or whatever. Like I just did mine like a week or two ago. I mean, like if something comes up, then you go and get fucking antibiotics for it or whatever. I mean, it's not like a huge deal, but I mean, it's not like we're both sleeping with like hundreds of fucking people. How long does an STD test take? Is it just blood extraction? For something like syphilis or no. I'm sorry. Actually, I don't know anything about syphilis. For something like gonorrhea or chlamydia, you can usually pee in a cup for those, and you can get results back in a few days. And then the treatment for that can take anywhere from 1 day to a week, depending on the kind of treatment. I don't know how you test for like syphilis. And then for HPV, right? Is or no, HSV is herpes. You have to do a blood test, a blood draw. Do you see your attitude towards relationships as a positive or just a neutral thing? I don't know. Whatever relationship works the best for you. Melina would leave you for a monogamous relationship with a son in a heartbeat. Nice. What happened to Max? Are they not together anymore? Yeah, they are. I don't know why people assume that they aren't. I mean, like she's in Sweden right now. I don't know if she's hanging out with him right now, but people like project like a lot of really weird cucky shit onto Max because they see themselves as like cucks or some shit. It's really fucking awkward. Do I have herpes? I actually don't somehow. I don't think I would care if I had it on the genital or the face. It honestly doesn't seem that bad. I thought I had it about a year ago. Or I mean, maybe I do now, but I thought I had it a year ago, but I got blood tested. I don't have HSV 1 or 2, which was really weird to me because apparently like 80% of people have it, but I don't think herpes is that big of a deal. When I thought I had it, I did a fuck ton of research. Because I think it was like a year ago, I like thought I had herpes, and I did a ton of research, and honestly, it didn't actually seem that bad after looking into it. But then I did the blood draw, and I don't have it. So, least desirable STD. I think chlamydia and gonorrhea can both be pretty bad if you leave them untreated. For women, they can go on to cause severe problems. For men too, I think they can make you like infertile. I think in men, and then for women, it can cause like pelvic inflammatory disease, PID, I think, and other stuff. HIV is pretty bad too, but that's pretty rare in the Western world. Getting HIV, especially for straight people, is really rare. Chlamydia is like a cold for your dick. For chlamydia, half the people that have it don't even have symptoms, actually. Have you had threesomes? Sure, but no male, female ones yet. I'll let you know when I do, okay? Mic low? Wait, is it? Hold on. Sounds. Are you on prep to protect against HIV? No, but I saw you could do it, but I like... I think if I did... Oh, shit, I am. I think if I did like a lot of gay shit, maybe, or like anal sex between men seems to be the easiest way to transfer HIV. But like from across straight people, HIV seems to be pretty not that common in the U.S. I don't know. We could look it up more, but why would you not want to go to swinger parties? I mean, I'm kind of sort of picky about who I would want to be with in real life. I don't think I would just want to walk into a room full of like 10 people and see them all naked and like fuck around with all of them. Like, I don't know if I would jive well with all of them or if I'd even want to be sexually interactive with all of them. I'm not sure. Did you notice that there are words in Twitch chat that think you are the one being cucked with Melina and he's going, I don't give a fuck. What if it was like a super sexy exclusive swinger party? Then I probably wouldn't be invited to it. This clip of Rekful and the Ikesu girl.
If I wanted you to be a man for one night, would you do that for me?
What?
If I want you to role play a dude. like put on a strap on and peg me or something.
What the fuck? Go away. Just no. I'm innocent.
Oh yeah?
Okay. I don't understand. Oh, sorry. Destiny, do you know why anal sex seems to transfer it more? Or is there something about anal that increases the chances? Or is it just something like they are less likely to use condoms? I think... Fuck. Okay, don't quote me on this, but I think like things like HIV transfer more easily through your blood. So I think this is one of the reasons why if you have a foreskin, for instance, it's easier for you to contract HIV than without. And then same thing with your ass, right? Because your anal cavity, if you fuck people, you're not really supposed to be taking dick in there, and there's a much more likely chance that there are like micro tears and shit that make it easier for like the transfer of diseases that are bloodborne to happen. I'm pretty sure that's why. So like the micro tears and shit inside of an ass are going to be a lot more substantial than like inside of a vagina. Is it that men transfer easier than women? I believe that if a man has a foreskin and you have sex, that foreskins are more likely to have micro tears as well. That will also transfer bloodborne STDs.
You have a dangerous object in your hand and you're failing to put it down.
I'm picking up trash.
Put it down. You're
shoot
being
me.
detained.
Your hand is on your weapon and you're gonna shoot me?
I couldn't help but notice you just sitting on the patio out there.
What's that?
I couldn't help but notice you sitting on the patio behind this building.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's signs for no trespassing, private
live
property,
here.
that kind of thing. Yeah, I wasn't sure what you were doing, if you lived here or you worked here.
Yeah,
It looks like you're working, doing
I
something,
live here
picking
and
stuff
I
up.
work here.
Okay, gotcha. What's the actual address then?
33 Arapahoe.
Okay, what unit are you in?
I don't think I have to actually tell you that.
Well, I'm just checking to make sure that you have a right to be here, that's
Well,
all.
I just told you I lived here.
Okay.
And I told you that I'm working as well.
Okay.
Shouldn't that be enough for you?
Well, I gotta verify it, just so I know that you
Why
do
is-
in fact live here.
Kidding me? What do you need from me?
If you have an ID with your address on it, that'd be great.
Fucking unbelievable, man.
Well, we've had some stuff going on in this area. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
doing
know.
my job, just making sure you belong here, and if you do, then great, and I'll be on my way. Okay. Zayd, do you have anything with your address on it?
Yo, look, man. Here,
Hey,
follow,
hang on.
why don't you follow
Just
me
relax.
and I'll just fucking beep the building, dude.
Just chill out, man.
Dude, this is ridiculous.
I'm just asking you if you have something with your address on it, then
Oh,
that would help me.
No, I don't. How am I
Okay.
supposed to have with my address
Well,
on
a
it?
lot of people have a
They
driver's
just carry
license.
they just carry something with their address on it.
Yeah, an ID.
It's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck. I might end up siding with the cop here. Oh boy. Police officer can ask you anything that they want. Now, you don't have to tell them, but a police officer can ask you whatever they want. Police officer come in and say like, hey, what's your name, date of birth? What do you do for work? Who was the last person you fucked? if they want to. Now, you can tell them, hey, fuck off. I don't want to answer anything. But a cop can ask you whatever the fuck they want. Just because he asks you something doesn't mean you have to answer, though. Keep that in mind.
So, Mr. Atkinson, can I get your date of birth, please?
Why?
I just need to verify who you are, that you belong here, that you have a right to be here, okay?
Are you kidding me, man?
Can you have a seat, please?
No.
Mr. Atkinson.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
290 Cook 12. Mr. Atkinson, right now you're obstructing a police officer, which is a jailable offense. I'm asking you one more time to sit down.
Spooky music.
Okay, unless the police officer has, unless one, the police officer is suspicious of him committing a crime, so he's seen it firsthand, or two, somebody's called in and given a description that matches him and that says he's committing a crime, there's no fucking reason why a cop can ever tell you, like, hey, you need to sit down, you need to comply, like, you're obstructing me. Obstructing what? Like, are you detaining him? Like, is he actually under suspicion of committing a crime? This is bullshit.
Wrong, and you're not gonna arrest.
That's not true. Many states have stop on ID laws where you don't need probable cause. Wait, can you link that? My understanding is that you never have to give a cop an ID. One exception to this can be like if you're driving, because driving is a privilege and it's like a different thing. A cop can pull you over and ask for an ID, but I don't think a cop can just walk up on the street and be like, "Hey, show me your ID," and I have to show it to him. Fuck that shit. Why the fuck should I have to show my ID to a fucking cop? All they need is reasonable suspicion to detain you. Yeah, but that reasonable suspicion means that you're either suspicious of you being, like, having committed a crime, or that they've gotten a call where you match a description. They can't just see you and be like, oh, you look shifty, like, let's talk. Like,
Me, you're not gonna do anything. Because I live here, and I didn't do anything wrong.
Last chance, sir.
What?
Have a seat.
For what?
now what I'm not sure is, if you're in an area and there's a no trespassing sign and a cop sees you, I don't know if a cop has a right there to demand that you show an ID to prove that you live there. I don't know what, I don't know how that would work, actually. I'm not sure.
Sit down. Right now I'm detaining you and investigating you for a trespass.
I live here.
Sit down. Sit down.
No.
$290. Have a seat, please.
You're gonna tase me outside of my residence? I hope that
Drop
thing's
that.
on.
Put that down.
I hope the camera's on, sir.
Put that down.
I really do. No, I'm working.
You need to
I live
listen to
here.
what I'm telling you to
That's
do
my
right now.
address. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything
290,
illegal.
we're on
I haven't done anything
the east
wrong.
side of
So I'm not gonna
2333
listen.
Folsom.
I don't
Subject's
know you.
failing to comply,
You're actually
not
on my
sitting down,
property,
and
and
he
I
has
feel
some
unsafe.
kind of a blunt object in his hand.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna follow until my cover gets here. Sit down. Now.
Why?
Now. Do it now.
Why? Why?
I'm detaining you to investigate.
What? For
Investigated
what?
trespass.
I live here. You
You
saw
haven't
I'm a
confirmed that.
student.
Sit down.
I'm a student.
Sit down and I'll
I'm not
confirm it.
sitting anywhere.
Sit down now.
No.
Sit down.
I'm not sitting down.
Then you're probably gonna get tased in a second.
Why?
Because you have a weapon. Put that
I
down.
have a weapon.
Put it down and comply with my orders.
That's not what you're doing, officer.
Do it.
You better think, 'cause I got fucking dude. I could get lawyers, and you have a camera on you.
It's filming right now.
You're an idiot.
Have a
Why
seat,
would you
please.
think that you could tase me? I'm freaking picking up trash on my property.
I need to confirm it.
Just where I live.
There's a sign.
I'm not doing anything illegal, and you're not gonna tase me, officer. So
Sit
how do
down.
you think about that?
Sit down.
How do you
He's
feel
on a sidewalk which is public? That is absolutely not true. Just because there's a sidewalk doesn't mean it's public. What the fuck?
about that, sir?
Sit
How
down
do you feel about
now.
that, sir?
Trash shooter's 100% being a dumbass here. Yeah, trash guy. So your responses, your intelligent responses are, am I being detained? Sounds like the cop is detaining him. If you are being detained, then you can say like, well, arrest me or whatever. I want a lawyer to talk to you, or you can show him the ID. Once an officer says that he is detaining you, you don't want to fuck with him at that point because you're going to get fucked. You're either going to get tased or shot or some bullshit.
And get your freaking lieutenant here.
They're on the way.
Yeah, good. Put the camera here.
You have a dangerous object in your hand and you're failing to put it down.
I'm picking up trash.
Put it down.
You're
You're
gonna
being
shoot me.
detained.
Your hand is on your weapon, and you're gonna shoot me? That's what you're gonna do, officer?
If you use
Very easy to say as a white male. No, I'm telling you as if you were a black male. I could get away with this because I'm not gonna get fucking shot by the cops because I am a white male. I would say as a black male, you're probably better off complying than talking shit to a cop that is gonna fucking kill you. But you know, hey man, you try your own luck. Good luck. A bunch of other black guys have. Maybe we'll see you on the 7 o'clock news.
use that weapon against me,
A weapon.
then
I'm-
yes, that is a
I'm 20 feet
consideration.
from you. I'm minding my
All you have to do
business.
is comply right
Everything.
now.
Officer, you're gonna shoot me.
Just have a seat,
Shoot
man.
me? Are you
All I want to do is figure this out with
camera
you.
on this guy?
Sit down.
I don't have a weapon.
That's a weapon.
This is a bucket.
No, that's a weapon. Right
This
there.
is a clamper for picking up garbage, sir.
Put it down. I'm telling you, I'm threatened
It's
by
not
it.
a weapon. You're not threatened. I'm threatened. You have a gun that kills people. How am I supposed to kill someone?
Sit
with
down,
this?
sir.
I don't have a weapon.
Drop it now.
Do you agree that he might be tired of dealing with cop suspicion and decide to make this case a form of outcry? Yeah, I mean, you could if you feel like it's worth dying over, I guess, sure. You're legally allowed to resist detainment if it's unlawful, right? I mean, you might be able to, yeah, I mean, I guess if you, like, go to court with it, you could try to win it in court. I just don't think it's worth, like, risking your life over something like this. I mean, I'd rather, like, just fucking cooperate, get a lawyer, and go to court later with it if you want to sue the state or the city or whatever over shit like this. I don't think it's worth risking your life over it. But, I mean...
Ow.
What are you doing? No, what do you mean? Focus
Drop
on
it
you. There's
now.
fucking 6 of you.
Just drop it.
Really? This is my property.
We're not going anywhere. You need to drop it. I haven't confirmed that yet. I told you I'm investigating a trespass. You didn't give me your address.
2333. I live in room 304.
That's the first time. Have a seat.
Are threatening me on my property. I live
One thing that American cops are, I don't know if it's because of our gun culture or what, one thing that American cops suck at, though, is American cops escalate the fuck out of situations. Like, this guy was, like, probably a little irritated, but, like, fairly chill in the beginning. But, dude, cops will fucking, like, ratchet things up to, like, a fucking 11 out of 10 for over nothing. It's insane.
Hey, listen.
They agitate like a motherfucker. It's crazy.
The first thing you need to drop that item.
I'm picking up garbage from my door. I go to school here.
Drop it.
I
Just
go
drop
to
it and
school
sit.
here.
Why do you think the cops started picking on him in the first place? This seems incredibly racist. It could have been for any number of reasons. We don't know. The cop might have gotten a call from somebody, and he matches a description of somebody that maybe somebody called in and complained. Maybe they were racist, or maybe it was legitimately just like somebody called in and it's like, oh, I don't know, I'm kind of nervous. I see some dude outside. Maybe the cop wandered by and saw that. I don't know if you can ask somebody for an ID if you see them in an area that says no trespassing and they say they live there. I don't know what the rules are on that. I'm not sure, but.
Don't fucking tell me what to do. You guys don't have a
Like, but this dude is acting like suicidal. Holy shit, this guy's acting so fucking stupid in this situation. I'm surprised he didn't get fucking shot. Damn, you don't want to like freak the fuck out over something this stupid. Yeah, I don't know.
right to be doing this to me.
Sit down.
I'm a
and drop
citizen
it.
of this country.
You know him?
Yeah, he works for us. He's our work study.
Okay, can I talk to her?
He's out here picking up trash.
So are you work for Naropa?
Yeah, I'm the director of safety and facilities.
And so is this one of your properties right here?
Absolutely is.
Okay, so he is a contractor, or he goes to Naropa, or is part of it?
He's our student.
Student, and
he's
he-
a student work study.
Okay,
Yeah,
so he has permission to be here, he has permission to be doing whatever he's doing here.
absolutely. He's picking up trash,
Okay,
keeping
awesome.
the place clean.
Okay, if you wouldn't mind just talking to him real quick, just to try to calm down. If that's all it is, we're gonna walk away in about 15 seconds.
Okay.
But just stay right here and talk to him. If I want to come any further, I'll talk to that officer, okay?
Can I go over and talk to him?
Just do me a favor, because he's
Why would he
kind
get
of
shot? Are they allowed to shoot him without him attacking them? It's not about who's allowed in. I'm just in terms of like maximizing your survival. If you're a black dude talking to fucking white American cops and you've got a fucking stick in your hand and you're waving around like screaming at them, fuck, dude, I don't know. I would be scared as fuck. Maybe I've watched too many internet videos or whatever, but I'd be scared as fuck that these motherfuckers are about to execute me. I mean,
irritated right now, as understandably, and we don't want it to get worse, so just hang tight right there, okay?
Hey, you're angry and escalated, and it's likely you got profiled, okay? So we'll pick it up at a different time, not right here, right now.
We've decided that we're going to end things at this point. What a surprise. Okay, do you want to hear why? Can you put your hands down by your side? Yeah, okay, thank you. So, yes, thanks, I appreciate it. So, my partners have confirmed that you live here, which was initially the reason I contacted you, along with the object that you had, is just seeing you mulling it around, wasn't sure if you were dead. Do you want to go home right now, or do you want to stay here? So, I have your ID.
Nice. I'd say it's important to have videos like this so the black guy is doing the right thing. Even though he might be running a risk of being a martyr, the guy even, well, I mean, the black guy, no. The black guy's not doing the right thing at all. It's never right to start screaming and fucking wailing out because you're pissed off that a cop is violating your rights. Like, technically, like, the right thing, if you really feel like you're getting fucked here, is to sit down and be like, all right, fucking arrest me, I'm gonna get a lawyer, if that's what you want to do. But, like, starting to get agitated and shit like this is not good for survival, and it doesn't get you anymore, unless your goal is to get shot and killed and then have, like, your news story go big or whatever. But like walking around and like screaming when you've got like 6 cops, like this looks like every cop suicide video I've ever fucking seen in my life.
You have a dangerous object in your hand, and you're
On this guy.
I'm telling you, I'm
Threatening me on my property. I live here.
Hey, listen,
I'm a resident
the first thing you
of
need
this
to drop
property.
that
I'm
item.
picking up garbage from my door.
You can't do anything in court for what happened here, right? I mean, you might be able to. I mean, if you get arrested and you get a lawyer and you feel like it was for, they didn't have probable cause to arrest you, I think you could.
I go to school here.
Drop it. Just drop it and
school
sit.
here.
It's definitely not good. I think people get really pissed off and act irrationally. Well, yeah, so like this is one of the responsibilities that you have as a gun owner, and it should be a responsibility you have as a cop. So this is the reason why I'm opposed to open carry as opposed to concealed carry. When you open carry, people are going to be uncomfortable around you. And if you're carrying a firearm, the last thing you want is people to be uncomfortable around you. You don't want people to be jittery. You don't want people to be nervous. You don't want people to be eyeballing you because it makes you uncomfortable. And you just don't want that. If you have a firearm on you, you don't want everybody to be fucking worried and shit that shit's going to happen, right? So you hide it. Police officers should be aware of that as well, that just their presence might cause some people to get agitated. And your goal should always be to like get everybody to fucking chill out. That's usually why when cops talk to you, or at least to white people, like they're usually trying to like de-escalate, like, hey dude, like chill, like I'm just here to see what's going on, like I'm just here finding out what's going on or whatever. It almost sounded like the cop almost did that in the beginning, but this guy got irritated anyway. I don't have to go. It's kind of harder because you've got like the dramatic music playing, but like.
I couldn't help but notice you just sitting on the patio out there.
What's that?
I couldn't help but notice you sitting on the patio behind this building.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's the signs for no trespassing, private property, that kind of thing. Yeah, I wasn't sure what you were doing, if you lived here or you worked here.
Yeah.
It looks like you're working, doing something, picking stuff up. Okay, gotcha. What's the actual address then?
Arapahoe?
Okay, what unit are you in?
I don't think I have to actually tell you that.
Well, I'm just checking to make sure that you have a right to be here.
So like the cop right here is trying to get him to fuck up. Like he's trying to like, oh, you live here, really? What's the address again? And if you're like, oh, I don't know the address, like, all right, you don't live here, like get the fuck out of here. You're not supposed to be here or whatever. There is full footage. It's like 50 minutes. Yeah, maybe we could go over the whole thing. Like the cop is kind of trying here, I guess. I'm really curious. Fuck, I don't know if Apple is out there. I'm really curious if a cop has a right to ID you if you're on private property and it says like no trespassing. I'm really curious if you're allowed to. It's literally a gotcha to arrest him, probably because he's black. I mean, it could or couldn't be because he's black, but cops will do that where they'll ask you. Like, this is why cops usually ask you questions like this to see if you're telling the truth. Because, like, now, if you're an ACAB dude, then the cop is doing it because he's trying to kill you, whatever the fuck. But, like, in the real world, like, usually a police officer is trying to get, like, a handle on, like, okay, what the fuck is going on in this situation? So, like, if you get caught drunk driving or speeding or whatever, a cop might ask, like, where are you coming from? Where are you headed? And when you ask where you're headed, they're like, okay, well, what's the address? Not because they actually know every single address they have, but they're just trying to see if you're, like, telling the truth or whatnot, to try to figure out what's going on. That's, like, pretty standard. When you say the right thing, you mean purely for maximizing survival, but I don't know. Don't you think that's part of the problem, that they have to cuck out / denigrate themselves to be safe? I think it's a lot to say that he should / shouldn't act in some way, though. Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm just thinking in terms of like maximizing survival. Obviously, you should have the right to wander around unfettered or unpestered by the cops, of course. But, like, you should also have a right to, like, walk around outside, like, totally fucking ass naked and, like, not get raped or some shit. But, I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing it. And I'd say it's probably pretty dumb to do it. Same thing here. Yeah, I don't know. I think that like I'm always of the mindset that picking fights with cops is a bad idea. Like the fucking cops kill people like fucking crazy. Like you would blame the rapist, so you would blame the cop. Yeah, if the cop killed him here, yeah, of course it would 100% be on the cop. What the fuck? The cop has the ability to escalate force at all times, and he's the one with the upper hand in terms of escalating force the entire time. I feel like sometimes people are more obsessed with being in the right or being in the wrong than when it comes to like maximizing survival stuff, though. I notice that when we talk sometimes, I don't want to get into it too much, but when we talk about driving too, I notice that people will do that. Like, well, actually, this is the right thing to do. And it's like, all right, cool, but like, what's the safer? What's like the? There's a really famous comic, or not? I don't know if it's famous now, but it stuck with me a lot. Fuck, I'm not gonna be able to find it. But it's like somebody's at like the gates of heaven, like Saint Peter or whatever, and the bicyclist is like out there, and Peter's like, well, what happened? And he's like, well, I had the right of way. And it's like, okay, well, good job. So you would never go to protest because you risk your survival? Fuck no, I'm not gonna go out and fucking get killed protesting some shit. Fuck off. I'm not that threatened in the US. I'm a white straight male, my dude. Or straightish, I guess. I don't know. Who is in the wrong with Trayvon Martin? We don't have video footage of it, but the way that that's been characterized, it seemed like Trayvon was doing what he could to get out because he kept moving away, right? But the Zimmerman guy literally fucking chased him down. I mean, Zimmerman was in the wrong 100%, but I don't even know if Trayvon should have done something differently to maximize his survival, but I don't know. It's hard for me to say. Destiny, so if you lived in an authoritarian state, you just keep to yourself and not just try your best to do something about it. Lol. I don't know why you're lolling, but yeah, that's typically what people do, my dude. It's really cool if you're like above and beyond, if you're like a really fucking amazing human being and you're better than all of us and you go out and fucking die for your cause. But I got a fucking kid and I got other shit going on in my life. I don't feel like suiciding for a cause right now. Thank you though for lolling. Destiny, I feel like the whole I have the right to not tell police shit is like generally bullshit that only people who cause trouble in the first place say. No. The onus is always on the state to prove their case, okay? If you did some illegal fucking shit, the state needs to fucking prove it. You should not have to incriminate yourself in order for the state to make its case. You never want a system set up where it seems like the goal of a police officer is to get somebody to self-confess to a crime and self-incriminate themselves. You don't want to do that, okay? Destiny, you're saying it's amazing if you can do that for the cause, but you're saying he literally did the wrong thing. You could say I wouldn't do that, but you're being really unsympathetic, I think. I think my stance is pretty reasonable. I don't think, if I was in that situation and I was black, I don't think dying in that spot in my life as a student would be worthwhile for the cause. I mean, if you think it is, then go for it. But I mean, like, you can more or less get the same message across protesting in a court system than you could by maybe getting assassinated by some cops outside. But if that's what you want to do, I mean, by all means, I mean, you can protest in whatever ways you can. A lot of change happened in this country because certain fucking people get killed. So, I mean,
I think that's related to like the road rage shit at all. Like you get into like minor shit and all of a sudden you're ready to like fucking end this dude's life. You think that's like similar where the cop starts fucking with you and for whatever reason you're like,
yeah, you feel like you have a point and you want to fucking, yeah, I don't know. I think it's real dumb. People that road rage, my dad does that shit. That shit pisses me all the fuck off, dude. If somebody fucking road rages on you, just fucking cuck out and walk away. Who the fuck cares, dude? Like, your life will go on. You're not gonna remember it in 2 days anyway. Like,
but it's something about that. Like, people go fucking, like, they're willing to kill the guy. You know what I mean? Like, you cut me off, like, that's it. Like, we're going, like, I'm dying right here. And it's like, where else in your life do you act?
Hey, so I think your stance, while pragmatically correct, allows cops to continue to get away with this kind of shit because everyone just complies so they don't get shot. No, I didn't say the guy needed to comply. What I'm saying is that if he wanted to resist, the safer way to do it without getting killed is to say, listen, I'm not giving you anything. I am going to obstruct your investigation. If you wish, you can arrest me, and then we'll, you know, put me in holding, and then I'll get a lawyer, and we'll do it that way. If that's the route you want to go to protest the cops' behavior, I think that's a better way to do it than maybe getting shot. That's all I'm saying. But, I mean, hey, you're free to do whatever. I'm confused. Do you mean a shit ton of people don't get caught by cops for talking, not for the cops proving jack shit? Wait, what? A shit ton of people get caught by the cops for talking. I don't know. I want to waste my time going into holding. You spend less time in holding than you spend time dead, at least under my assumption.
Mark and Craig, Pop Brothers at Law. We've been warning people, if you are working for an unlicensed dispensary, an illegal dispensary, and it gets raided, you need to shut the fuck up. If you shut the fuck up, you have a good chance that we can make the case go away. Case in point, 3 employees of an illegal shop were busted during a raid. 2 of them said, oh, I'm just volunteering here. The third guy, shut the fuck up. And the DA did not prosecute the guy who shut the fuck up. They can't prove what you were doing there. If you're a customer, patient, walked in to go to the bathroom, they don't know. You got to shut the fuck up, and it's Shut the Fuck Up Friday. So review the script. What do you say when the cop first pulls you over?
Why'd you pull me over?
And when he keeps asking questions?
Not discussing my day.
And they ask more questions?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
And if detained, what do you say?
I invoke the fifth.
And then what do you do?
You shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, Friday. Never answer questions when the cops ask.
Have safe holidays.
Tip of the day.
Yep. And that black guy, when the cop was questioning him outside, if he really felt like his rights were being violated, he might have started saying some dumb shit that could have gotten him into trouble too. Maybe he says something about where he lives and it's not 100% true. Maybe he doesn't live there. Maybe he's just dorming there and it's not his address. Or maybe he just let something slip that was stupid that he shouldn't have. Like, oh, like that's my car over there. Or I just want to drive home or whatever. And then say the car's got an expired tag or some shit. And now the cop has the right to like investigate your car. Like, there's just shut the fuck up. Don't fucking talk to the cops. If you feel like you're being wronged at some point, right? Then fucking let them arrest you and then get a public defender if you have to, whatever. Shut the fuck up. Don't, if you really want to protest it, you don't want to take to the fucking ground, okay? Because you're dying every fucking time. You're never winning that fight. It's not GTA. Shut the fuck up.
Can you give the advice for like just, dare I say this, like if you're like just like a college student and you're white, I don't think that advice, and if you don't have drugs in your car, if you're not illegal, dare I say, don't follow the fucking advice of that video. What you do is you're a little bitch. That's how you don't get the ticket in the first place. I mean, that's my take. I don't know if you disagree with that. If you don't have anything you think you can go to jail for, a cop pulls you over, they're like, what were you doing? Oh, I was going to school. How fast do you think you're going? I don't know. The speed limit? Like, I'm being a fucking bitch, dude. And that shit gets you out of a fucking ticket. But I guarantee if I tell that cop, sir, why'd you pull me over? None of your fucking business what my day is, dog. What do you want? You're getting that fucking ticket. Fuck that shit.
So
my morals are out the window.
Everybody who's saying fucking Dan, bad fucking take. I have done this before. And man, you gotta be real careful when you say this. I almost actually don't even, well, fuck. I don't know if I want to say it. You shouldn't talk to the cops
LeBron
ever.
or Jordan? Wow.
Oh, fuck. I'm trying to think of what I want to say.
If you're a privileged white guy with no possible
Well,
way
no,
you
because
can
like
go to
I
jail.
got busted once for doing something that was like pretty bad, where I could have been charged with something. But I usually, if I'm talking to a cop, I'll take the hardcore bitch route because I know that I'm not doing anything illegal, and I don't think I'm gonna get pegged for some crazy fucking shit. Because generally that's not gonna happen. And they just let me walk. They were chill with it. I think I got pulled over for speeding once, and the officer saw I had my Glock in its case in the back seat, but I didn't have my concealed carry yet. So technically, because the weapon and the magazines were together and the ammunition, whatever, technically it was, I think it counted as like illegally transporting a firearm or some shit like that. And then the cop saw it, and I answered, and I think I said I didn't have a concealed carry, which was stupid. Although I think they can pull that up anyway when they run your plates. I can see if you have a CCW. But afterwards, the cop was like, okay, well, you're not supposed to carry this. Like, do you think I can search your car or whatever to see if you're carrying anything else? And I knew I didn't have shit in my car. I was like, oh, fuck it. If you want to, yeah, knock yourself out. And I just sat on the side for like 3 or 4 minutes while him and his officer went through it. And they're like, okay, well, dude, it's pretty chill or whatever. Like, just separate the shit and you'll be fine. And then they let me walk. Now, I mean, maybe it's because I'm white. Generally, I think if you're generally chill with cops, they're usually like pretty chill. Now, depending on where you are or how dark your skin is, that might not be true. But I do think that if you start a fight with a cop out of fucking nowhere, I think you can get fucked. I don't think it's a good idea to fight like over every fucking thing. Like, I don't know if I was walking down the street and a cop walked up to me and asked for my ID, I don't know what I would actually say. I'm not sure if I'd be like, yeah, fuck you, motherfucker. I don't have to give you fucking shit. Suck my dick, pig. I don't know if I would actually say that. Or if I just be like,
the road rage shit.
Yeah, or if I just be like, hey, dude, yeah, here's my ID. Like,
I got fucking places to go. I'm not trying to be here for 2 hours. Here, let me go, dog.
But the problem is like people... The problem is that like people can say it or do some real dumb shit. Like, so I don't know like what advice I would give. So for instance, like when the FBI came to my house a few days ago, I told like, fuck, I think you should always shut the fuck up and always get a lawyer. And I might be really biased on like my own personal experiences.
Really?
What?
I don't know. I think that advice is good if, one, you have something to hide, or you might have something to hide, or two, if you're like a person of color or
well, so like,
risk.
okay, so here's my problem.
If you're a white cis dude who has nothing going wrong, dude, be out there and be Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, officer. How you doing?
I guess like generally what I do is if I'm in an altercation with no, I shouldn't say altercation. I'll usually say something effective like, hey, listen, you're being chill and I'm pretty chill, but I understand that I have a right at any point in time to shut the fuck up and call a lawyer. So If I feel anything, I'll do that.
When I
you know,
was
just
joyful,
letting you know.
I used
Like I usually
drink
open
and
with that.
drive. I was pulled over 2 times.
Hold on, fuck. But like the only reason why I would be scared about saying to everybody like, oh, well, you should just go through with an interrogation is because I remember a couple of the times coming back through Germany to the United States, even though I had done nothing wrong, answering questions for coming back through the security shit. I don't know if I was flagged or what, but it was really fucking scary. Holy shit. I almost fucking lost my mind. Because I'd slipped up on one of the questions and I didn't even realize it. Like, I said this story on stream before, but like, they'd ask me like, hey, like, did you pack your bags or everything before you came? I was like, yeah, of course. Like, did anybody have access to your bags? No, of course not. Blah, 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 blah. And then like, she asked me a couple other questions. What are you traveling for? Blah, blah, blah. And then at some point she asked me like, have you used the restroom or whatever, you know, in the past hour when you were here? And I was like, oh yeah, I used the restroom. I was like, oh, where was it at? I was like, oh, well, I was at my friend's house or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, cool. She said, did you take your bag in with you? And I was like, no. And she was like, oh, so you didn't have your bags with you at all points before coming out of the flight because you told me earlier that you had. And I was like, oh shit. Oh fuck. And dude, as soon as I fucking tripped up on that, my mind went into full like fucking panic mode. Holy shit. So I don't know if like normally like getting asked questions, if like an officer, because a lot of these guys that do these interrogations are really fucking good. Like if you like trip up on something, you might be tempted because your gut is, if you feel like you haven't done anything wrong and you slip up, you want to say everything and you will just talk and talk and talk and talk and you might incriminate yourself in a whole bunch of real fucking stupid shit that you didn't even know. And you might incriminate yourself accidentally. Like if a cop could pull you over and be like, hey, you know, like we heard complaints that there was violence around here. We heard that 2 people got killed. You know, what do you know about it? You know, and you're like, well, hold on. I don't want to fucking talk to you. Or you'd be like, oh, well, I'll tell you what you know. Like, I don't know anything that happened to those 2 people. They'd be like, oh, well, do you know what's going on? It's like, well, I'm not sure. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's a shame they got shot, but I don't know anything about it or whatever. And you might say some dumb shit. And the cop might say like, oh, well, we didn't even tell you that they got shot. How did you fucking know that? And now all of a sudden you might like talk yourself into getting arrested for some crazy shit that you didn't even realize you were saying. So like in general, you probably shouldn't talk to the cops, but also you shouldn't be super ultra fucking combative. I don't know. You got to like feel it out. Fuck. But I don't know. It's real hard.
Maybe there's a big difference between like a traffic stop and like, hey, someone who was just shot across the street, can I talk to you? Maybe like different things in those scenarios. Like I'm just telling you, every time if you get pulled over, you act like that fucking movie where like never talk to the cops.
Yeah.
Your life is gonna be fucking miserable, dude. It's gonna be miserable, and they're gonna find shit to fuck you, and you're gonna get 100 tickets every time, and they don't give a shit. They're gonna fuck with you. But if you treat them like a little bitch, and you're like, yes, massa, you sure do look nice in that uniform. Maybe they're like, yeah, you little piggy bitch, I'll let you go this time. You know, they want fucking power and respect, fucking cops. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, like if I'm not sure. Just be careful.
Well, if a cop pulls you over, what do you... Look, real talk. Let's say you were speeding.
When I get pulled over, I fucking cuck the fuck out like crazy. You
Yeah,
turn
I do
on
too.
the fucking.
I'm a
You
little
turn on
bitch.
your interior lights. You put both hands on the fucking wheel. When the cop comes
I
over,
have my hands out the window. That's what.
No, don't do that. That's weird.
Cops happy.
Don't do that. No. That's
dude,
weird
they
as
love
fuck.
that shit.
No, they don't love that shit. Both of your hands should be on the top of your steering wheel, and you should turn on the interior light so that they can see your hands. And then when the cop comes to your window, you should have the window cranked or down a little bit. When the cop asks you for something, like, okay, I'm going to go into my glove compartment to get my blah blah blah. Just so you know, do shit like that. Don't make fat. Basically, you interact with a cop like you're dealing with like a fucking psychopath that's like about to fucking kill somebody, right? Slow movements, nothing jerky, not too much eye contact. Don't look like you're reaching for anything to make them uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
My driver's ed teacher told us to put car keys on top of the car. That sounds really fucking weird. I mean, I guess I've never heard that before, but also you should have your papers already out. I would say no to that. I wouldn't get your papers out already because you don't want a cop like approaching your car and you're like reaching into your glove compartment box. I wouldn't do that. I'd wait until he asks you to get the stuff.
In slow movements when he tells you. He says, can you get your license registration? You're fucking cool as a cucumber going to get that shit.
Okay, when I was younger, I used to drink and drive and I was pulled over 2 times. I just act a little confused but compliant when I get pulled over. Usually just act polite and apologize in the wrong or right. I've never had a traffic ticket. Treat them like people. I would say generally you should try to be pretty nice. Yeah, if you start getting super combative, like a cop will fucking write you up for anything. The only other thing to keep in mind too is if you get pulled over at like a speeding trap, you're never talking your way out of that ticket. You can be the hottest girl in the world. Those cops are there because they're trying to fucking write tickets. You are never talking your way out of a ticket at a fucking speed trap. But Okay.
Oh yeah,
alright.
that's 100% true.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're always getting fucked there, dude. Always getting fucked there.
Because they're getting paid for every person they fuck. Well, they're not necessarily.
Well,
paid,
they're
but
not
they have
supposed
you
to.
know.
Technically,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
forms of quotas are supposed to be illegal. But if you get pulled over at some shit like that,
I got a ticket for doing 25 over the speed limit.
Mhm.
It was a $450 ticket.
California.
Yeah. I did it in a rental car. I think I'm wanted in the state of California because I didn't pay it. I'm just kidding. I did pay it. But yeah, it's no, it wasn't a Lamborghini. Yeah, that wasn't it. I did pay it. No, I did pay it. There's not a warrant out.
if you don't pay your tickets, bench warrant gets served for you. If the cop identifies you anywhere, then you will get arrested. So heads up, pay your tickets, boys. I don't know if that applies to parking tickets, but
You know, if California has
Fuck
traffic
parking
attorneys
tickets.
that you hire, you get a ticket, you just send it off to them for $50, and they basically get it removed.
wouldn't surprise me. That's what I did with my when I got pulled over under suspended license in Missouri.
Yeah, dude, that shit's so. I mean, that's obviously like a rich person tool, but man, is it fucking nice, dude. The law doesn't even apply.
Yeah, after I got that like taste of like traffic law or whatever, where it was like pay $1,000 to a lawyer and literally just make shit go away, I got so I don't know. That felt really disgusting.
Not even $1,000 in Florida. It's like $100.
Well, that mine was
Every
for I
time.
got caught driving under a suspended license, so it was
Oh, so
like
you
that
had
was
to
like
do- yeah, dude.
possible jail time. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, fucking rich people
10
privilege is
months,
so
baby.
fucking nice, dude. Because the cop's not gonna show up. That's all that there is to it. They don't show up. That's the end. Never. show up.
That's a risk. A cop might show up. I don't know how. I don't know what the percentage chances on
No,
that.
yeah, but if they show up, they ask for continuance and they do it again. Like that's literally the process. Like they just keep doing it until the cop doesn't show up. At least in Florida, I heard that's the main way that they get them thrown out.
Can you ask for a continuance past if you're actually at like your trial?
Well, it's not the trial. I think it's an initial hearing.
Yeah, but in the initial hearing, I don't think the cop has to be there. So in the initial hearing, don't you
He
just gotta-
does.
Are you sure?
In Florida, that's how. I mean, literally, that's how they get thrown out.
I thought when you show up initially, I thought it was just to enter your plea. I didn't think that you had to have I didn't think that the accuser had to be there. I could be wrong though. Dude, in fucking Stockholm, holy shit. They have the most elite trained force of ninja fucking parking cops in the world. I got fucking almost 3 fucking tickets in this place in the course of like 4 days. It was
the
insane.
opposite of fucking Florida, then, basically.
Even in LA, I've gotten pretty lucky illegally parking. I've never gotten a parking ticket here before. But oh my god, in Stockholm it was fucking crazy. Holy shit, these guys are out at like fucking 9:02. If they start writing tickets at 9 a.m., if that's when your shit expires, they're out like 2 minutes after checking shit. That shit was fucking crazy. I say almost 3 because I ran out when I realized my shit was expiring one day. And I saw the dude walking down the line of cars. I was like, oh fuck.
It's always strange to me that places like why do you not have the perfect amount of meter maids? Like they should all pay for themselves. Like what's stopping you from
I
hiring
live
more
in
meter maids? It
Canada.
doesn't make-
Never had trouble with police here.
What's stopping
Why don't they
you?
just
When I was
why don't they
visiting
invent
US
a
in the
meter that
middle
takes
of
a picture of your
Washington,
license plate if you're over
specifically
time?
Omak and Okanagan.
Damn.
The cops pulled me over
Holy shit, did I just invent $1 million idea and then lose it to some random person in the chat?
He's black.
Holy fuck, I
patchy
should probably not say
strokes,
this out
sad
loud.
face.
Wait, what was the idea? Sorry.
Oh my god. Oh, well, Harkdan, I know you actually have the resources to be able to capitalize on it, so I'm not sure I'm going to repeat it.
Oh. My wife.
You want to go into business together? I should not listen, Dan. I probably shouldn't listen to DGG. They're going to get me into trouble. I brought up something on... They got me to bring something up on stream today about Destiny, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
They're very untrustworthy. They're very shifty. Now, people look in and they admire this audience because they don't understand it. Really what it is it's like you have to be a beekeeper. Like Steven is a beekeeper. He can reach his hand at the DGG chat and pull it out, and there's just a bunch of bees walking around gently. But if the wrong person puts their fucking hand in there, they're fucked up. They're fucked up. That's the difference. It's a very...
Is DGG... So I'm looking at Twitch chat and DGG.
No, fuck Twitch chat.
Oh. Are they like...
Twitch
do they
chat?
consider themselves to be super, like, separate entities?
Yes, and let me explain something about Twitch chat. Unfortunately, Twitch chat are the people, God bless their soul, they're too dumb to figure out how to come to DGG. They still want to watch the show, but they couldn't put the pieces together. They're like the special members of the Destiny audience. We have a special part for them in our heart, but unfortunately...
Dude, I didn't even know for like 6 months I was looking at Destiny's chat. I was like, why the fuck is the chat on the screen not matching the one in my Twitch chat? Like the whole time I was like, man, what the fuck's going on?
Dude, there were so many good ass fucking memes that came out of all these hearings.
There is no evidence that I asked him to withdraw it.